dance here. Screen, every win in between. We'll this from nothing. Now it's off to get fired. Not just wasted, not just games. This is fire in our blood. Feel the bass, feel the pull. Every second getting full. No delays, no disguise. Watch the moment come alive. Lights off, engine's loud. Turn this moment up right now. Stream on, no backing down. Sing it so we own the sound. This is the calm before the chaos, the breath before the dive, the silence before the roar, the spark before the light. Turn it up, don't blink. This is bigger than you but the moment's here. Screen, every win in between. Built this from nothing, now it's ours to define. Not just racing, not just games, this is fire in our veins. Feel the bass, feel the pull, every second getting full. No delays, no disguise, watch the moment come alive. Lights off, engines loud, turn this moment up right now. Stream on, no backing down. Sing it so, we own the sound. This is the calm before the chaos, the breath before the dive, the silence before the roar, the spark before the light.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports, and a pleasure to have you live at a charge. A little countdown to green as drivers are ready, and I'm ready. Hopefully you're ready. It is going to be an amazing race. Cook's Landscape Group Cup Series here tonight for the premier Racing League SIM500. Here as they get ready for Indianapolis. We are here at the Brickyard, virtually on iRacing, your platform for sim racing. It is week 22. We're just a few races away from the grand chase for a Cup Series champion here for SIM500. Many iterations have come and gone when it comes to how the point schedule works. But I'm going to tell you what, we're looking at, we're looking at the drivers ready to rock and roll, and we are ready to rock and roll. So good to see you. We're gonna run 80 laps tonight. Stage completion, or there is no stage completion. Sorry, no stage whatsoever. Fixed setup, 3 additional sets of tires, no fast repair. At the track, temperature is 105 degrees out there. Air temperature 78 degrees. A little cloudy skies. We're going to keep some of the heat out of the racetrack. Pit road speed limit's 55 miles an hour. That is going to be where we keep it going. Hello to Budgie. Hello to Gator. Hello to everybody out there. Hello to everybody watching. We're live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So make sure you're liking the stream. Make sure that you're following along. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel because, well, let's just face it. We love what we do. And, of course, and always, we love what you guys do. So keep doing the right thing. Keep kicking butt. Keep taking names. That's what we're saying. Track temperature is going to change a little bit here between qualifying and the session. So 102. It looks like it went from 89 to 102. So, yeah, 102 is what we're going to be looking at. And it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fine. It's going to be everything you could ask for. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right, let's take a look at your starting grid here for tonight's race. It is going to look as such. It will be Tyler Dalton as your pole sitter. David Schulthouse is going to be your outside pole sitter. Row number 2 is going to be Cody Harris and Kevin Brown. Row number 3 will be Josh Parker and Joey Bailey. Row number 4 will be David Comstock and Brock Wilson. Row 5, Troy Height out there with Bobby Wetzel. Row number 6, Ty Bass and Thomas George, the number 6 machine. The Ford Racing Camp looking strong tonight. Row 7, Rich Beasley and Jason Karlovich. He's going to be out there. I see Anthony Calatoni and Nelson Rivera, the Verizon 22. That's going to be nice. Wesley Donaldson back into the mix. Good to see him out there. Joey Gattina out there as well. And at the 9th row, row 10 will be Glenn Campbell and Doug Roth. Row 11 will be Logan Kogart and Jose Gonzalez. Row 12 will be Mike Montesi and Kevin Stone. Row 13, back into the mix, is going to be Stoney Binfield and Justin Noblock. In that number 5, row 14, excuse me, will be Chad Coleman and EJ O'Rourke. Let me click on the button. Row 15 is going to be Stephen Miles and Bentley Glazer. Row 16 will be Charlie Woods and Joe Hudson. And then row 17, Ron Hollyfield and Doug Sigmund. Final row in tonight's race, 38 drivers doing it. Andrew Cootie is going to be out there with Jordan Livingston. And I think Brian Workman's out there at some point. I think, yeah, Brian Workman's going to be that final. 37 drivers going to be Brian Workman, row 19. So there it is. That'll be how it beeth and how it's rolled with. What should we think? We think everybody being out there. Again, 80 laps here on this racing surface is nothing to be holding it, because I'm going to tell you what, there's a lot more at stake tonight than just a race win. Just a different one. Here's what it is.
We're lucky qualifying tonight is at 50 to win, thanks to landscaping.
About a 50 to win for Cook's Landscape. Let's see.
We're lucky qualifying tonight is at 50 to win, thanks to landscaping.
Yeah, Cook's Landscape Group giving us all the extra tonight. Indianapolis Motor Speedway ready to rock and roll. All right. Oh, I was just taking a look at the points. I got all the points set up, and we don't have it as a live version, but it is a live version from Sim Racer Hub. So we're going to take a look at that. Here's your top 20 points. Top 16 are going to make it into the chase, and I'm going to tell you this much: it's pretty interesting to see. The craziness of this is being able to make it happen. All right. Let's get rid of the change. Let's go to the gap to the next. Turn that off. I don't know why that's still working. Off. Yeah. Off. Gap to the front. It doesn't matter. Dylan C. Jones leads the point standing. Has a 30-point lead over Cody Harris. David Schulthouse, third of the point standings. The playoffs are to begin tomorrow. Rich Beasley has a 17-point advantage over Brock Wilson. So that would be your 16. So as it looks, we're going to keep our eyes on the prize. How about the wins? We can put that up. 3 wins for Cody Harris, David Schulthouse, and Daniel Eberhardt. 3 wins for Andrew Cootie as well, who's trying to bounce his way back in. The top 5s look as such. Most top 5s at any driver out there. Well, Dylan C. Jones, he is always there, and he is always ready to go. So Cook's Landscape Group Cup Series are ready. I am ready. We're going to do the thing. We're going to have ourselves some fun. We're going to have ourselves an incredible night. As the drivers are ready, to get back out there. Green flag racing once again. Week 22 into the NASCAR side of iRacing. David Schildhouse, race leader currently right now, is going to be the driver here working your beautiful, beautiful footage that you see. He is your race leader. Took over the race lead early on. Down to the bank straightaway the drivers go. Oh, a little wiggle under the wall. Schildhouse making us all nervous. Don't do that. Cody Harris, the next driver here. Got to work Tyler Dalton. Turn it back to second as drivers are going to utilize the right side tires on this car. I tell you what, we saw it being tough to pass, and if a driver can get out early, it's going to be tough to make it work. So we'll see what drivers are going to be able to do here over the course of the long run. Can anybody march their way forward and make it happen? How about a Doug Ross up 4 spots early? We're all working. Hello to you all. Hello to everybody out there, wherever you're watching. Again, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We love you. We appreciate you. And, of course, as always, keep your eyes on the prize when it comes to what we're doing. Well, let's go for the Bunchy Bird. We appreciate all the action. We appreciate everybody being out there. Of course, and always, make sure that you're taking care of one another. Back straightaways, very busy here. As you look at the long slinky of drivers that are trying to make this work. And a little adjustments on some volumes. We are 4K on YouTube, so if you haven't done so, please make sure that you are hitting the settings icon. By doing so, you'll be able to make it work. And keep kicking butt, keep taking names. Week 22 here for the SIM500 Cup Series. 22 of Nelson Rivera right behind Wesley Donaldson off the spot. How about E.J. O'Rourke? Already up 9. He's trying to work his way forward. Already through 4 of these laps. Driver's going to run about 52.5 second laps of the early going. Every one of them try to do what they can. A little shake and bake off to the side. And the preset still working. A little bit of stutter there, but no big deal. We're working through what we have to do here when it comes to how the stream handles itself. So always remember that we are doing all that we can to make sure that we're good to go. We want to be good to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're all good to go. Let's go. Kevin Brown up 1. Schildhouse up 1 as well. Cody Harris has Josh Parker just behind him. Josh Parker trying to make a good thing happen here. Drivers into the gears, shifting forward. You're going to see them shifting as they continue to go. Should be able to pit about halfway if it stays green. We shall see how long the tires hold off for every one of the drivers, though. It is a minuscule kind of race line here. Little wall taps for a few, but it ain't nothing but a thing. Go back to Rich Beasley here. 13 spots gain. Is Karlavich just ahead of him. Troy Height right behind him. Everybody gets it out of the corner. Give it a little bit of a look, a little bit of a way, a little bit of a side profile here. All working magically. Shielding out front. little bit of a pit lane issue happening there for Nelson Rivera. He should be okay, though. And Gerald Livingston, Ron Hollyfield, saying, hey, if something happens, let us know. Want to make sure we're good to go. Know what I mean? Know what I mean. That's what we mean. We know what we mean. Keep our eye on the prize here for the Cooks Landscape Group Cup Series. Everybody knocking down some doors. Everybody's good. Thank you, Budgie. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Amazing. Amazing. Here's what he said.
Give me a shout there, Ron, if anything happens in front of us.
Audio courtesy of Radio Replay. I want to thank Radio Replay for being on board with what we've got going on over here. Every once in a while, we get the chance to catch some good audio. We want to make sure the drivers are, doing what they can. Shieldhouse, Tyler Dalton trying to push on. Kevin Brown up a spot. Cody Harris is going to be there in 4th. Josh Parker in 5th. Everybody working nice and hard. A good day so far. Ty Bass up a spot. How about Carl Lavage and Rich Beasley? Comfortable right now. Everybody in the line. Galantoni looking on the inside. He's got Troy Height on the run. He's going to be there. Try to pull that side draft. Try to put yourself into the corner. 46 will be able to throttle back up just a little bit more on the drive off. We'll see 84 right up to the back bumper of the 46. Trying to work. It's tough to pass, and once you start getting a little bit of clean air, you start pulling within a half second. These cars get tight. Stephen Miles at 9. Andrew Cootie's going to be up 17. That is your hard charger currently here for the 87. Bentley Glazer up 12, just ahead of him. So some drivers trying to make things happen. Bentley Glazer just ran his fastest lap of the race, 52.72. They try to get into turn 2 here. 4 different corners on this racetrack. Every single one of them, they look the same, but I promise they aren't. Every one of them just, they just do different things. It's exactly what you see. Certain cameras work and some cameras don't work. There might be some things that I have to turn down when it comes to this, but that's okay because I would much rather see some of the bigger portions of this racetrack looking pretty snazzy as it would be. We're keeping it on. Keep it on, keep it good. That's what we see. So good to see everybody out there. If we haven't done so, we'll make sure that you support. Give Budgie some hellos. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. You know what I mean. All right. On point for Shieldhouse. Let's get down to the wire here. 4 spots. Off 4 spots for Mike Montesi in the 4. He's got Kogar just ahead. Kogar, Glenn Campbell. Good stretch down here. As they go to work. Look at the little bit of the zoom here. A couple of different cameras here that change kind of the way you do things. A little bit of nose damage for Kogar. That's the 44 just ahead. That is Glenn Campbell there. It's a little free off the corner, but they head down to the front straightaway. Every one of the drivers doing a pretty mighty fine job. So far, so good. 11 of 80 complete. Josh Parker holding on to 5th. Cody Harris off a spot. Kevin Brown up 1. Tyler Dalton try to track down David Shieldhouse. A little bit of draft happened there. Shieldhouse, of course, pushed in where he can. The drivers poking the nose out back there. One of those drivers, Anthony Calantoni, trying to get side by side with the 46. Wesley Donaldson just behind him. E.J. O'Rourke trying to turn it into the units 41. Noblock is going to be up 5. He has got a run developing here as he tries to catch back up with Stephen Miles. He does have Chad Coleman behind him as well. Kevin Stone at 24th where he started. He's Glenn Campbell just behind him. All these drivers, they're showing up. And this is a good look, right? Here's what the spotters see coming around this racetrack. Getting into turn one, one of the bigger spotter views that you're going to see. This is what they have to call a race with. A couple of spotters around the racetrack, try to make sure everybody's handed off appropriately. You see down to the back straightaway. This is the look, right? And then when they get into 3 and 4, see Andrew Cootie there. You'll see him up on the top of the grandstands. The big racetrack, 2.5 mile length racing surface. Cootie down to the inside, looking at the 36. They don't have the cool cameras, which are the chase cameras, which is what we, or the far chase cameras. This is what I use to spot, right? If I'm going to spot for somebody, this is what I'm going to use to spot. So kind of insane. Little step up there when it comes to graphically speaking. Always want to make sure that we're good to go. Let's go for the Budgie Bird. So yeah, a couple of the on-camera views right there, on-car views right there. Not doing very well when it comes to how we render. Again, I changed the way I rendered today. We started normally how I do this. I stream to Twitch. And I stream to YouTube, but I do YouTube separately, encode it separately. But now I have OBS as the main mainly encoding YouTube, and what that does is, when you're encoding in 4K, it doesn't do it behind the scenes; it does it straightforward. So that's why I'm getting a little bit of change. And if it doesn't work, I'll change it back, and it'll be okay. Be able to make it work. The goal is to make sure that we're constantly streaming, and if we can stream to Facebook in the same light, we'll be fine. So does not matter. We just want to be able to stream in 4K. That's it. That's all we want to do. So we get a little encoder issue. We'll make sure that it'll be fixed as we go. So keep your eyes on the prize. Drivers try to snake here. Parker Harris. Josh Parker's caught the back bumper of Cody Harris here. He's going to have Brock Wilson right behind him. 2 spots gained for Brock Wilson. Joey Bailey behind him at the 01. Has the 10 on the number there, but the 01 on the relative. David Comstock behind, looking ahead. Bobby Wetzel still in the mix, holding on. Cody Harris, Brock Wilson. Cody Harris will see Josh Parker go around. Another spot gain for Josh Parker. Cody Harris right on the back bumper of that 81. Cody doing a bang-up job right now. And we'll go on board and see what he's got going on. What he sees. Good love. See what it looks like getting into turn one. Some drivers are just going to be managing, try to save some tire, right? That's kind of the idea here. Little wiggle out of that, no big deal. All good to go. 16 of 80. We're going to see how it works. David Schildhouse has been your race leader from the word go. And just behind him, got Tyler Dalton trying to close in. Tyler Dalton's been within a half second. But as he get down to the back straightaway. Yeah, there's Schildy. Everybody waving at Schildy. He's doing the thing. Schildy, when you get on the straightaway, if you got a message, queue up at iRacing, say hi, because we can play the clip. I can play the clip. Too funny. Yeah, it's just one of those things. We love to see it. Marley's doing a 36-hour stream. Oh, nice. That's right, Budgie. Right, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Oh. All right. We shall see. Here we go. Let's try to dig here, folks. We had some performance things that I wanted to look at. Yeah, that's where it's happening here. Yeah. Right there. Yeah, a little encoder. I think a faster encoder. All right. It only happens whenever I go on board with the cars, unless it's, bigger. Nonetheless, we do what we can. We try to make sure we're good to go. Field house, Tyler Dalton. I want to catch up on the racing. I want to catch up on the battles. I want to catch up on the battles. Where are the battles at? Where's my battle box at? Hold on. There it is, bottom right. Boom. Andrew Cootie, Stephen Miles, having a good battle. This is just ahead right here in the 46. Cootie, Stephen Miles. Got to march their way forward. Andrew Cootie into the wall just a touch there. Miles will back up. Cootie try to work with EJ O'Rourke there. Troy Height on the outside of the 24. I think Cootie trying to get down to the door. 24 is going to find himself clear. 46 will be there on the inside, though. Up and out, try to be near the wall. Stephen Miles dropping it into turn 2. Be more than clear here. And down to the back straightaway. They're trying to utilize it. EJ O'Rourke, Andrew Cootie side by side. 87 trying to utilize the draft. EJ on the outside. Cootie having to separate, but has some right front damage. That's something to keep in mind as the 41 will see the 24. Now try to close back in. Andrew Cootie up 20 on lap 20. And that is one of the bigger battles you're going to see. Closest battle right now, well, Bentley Glazer. Whoa, Miles. Having to come to pit road there. What happened? Yeah, he came to pit road. And missed his pit box, too. Dang it. 10-second pit stop for those drivers as they go to work. Yep. Up and around the corner. They're all going to work. Montezi off track. Had himself an issue there. Montezi has a meatball flag here, left front. Having an issue. Here's what happened. Might stutter a little bit. Let's back up here. He at the wall right there. Turned it into the corner here. And boom. And then that shunted him down. So I'll have to come to pit road. That left front is broken. All right, I'll work it. Joey tried to, Doug Sigmund, a little free. Joey tried to make that pass right there. I think Doug was just trying to give it to him, and it might have just been hard under the brakes. We shall see. David Schildhouse out front. It's a racetrack where you can absolutely, unequivocally find yourself, well, doing the thing. Unique racetrack, that's for darn sure. Just ensure the race line is working. All right, David Comstock off a spot. Kevin Brown, Josh Parker. Parker there to run side by side. And then gets clear right there out of turn 2 down to the back straightaway. So Josh Parker tried to march his way forward. About a second and a half, the gap between he and David Schildhaus. Stephen Miles just behind the race leader. He missed his pit box, so that went and put him a lap down. Winner of this race is going to get $50. And that's courtesy of Cook's Landscape Cup Series. And Stephen Miles will travel with Schildhaus. Miles took the first set of tires here and got his lap time back. We'll see if he is going to be able to get ahead of David Schildhaus. Be the first driver a lap down. Anything can happen. And the cycle will continue. Everybody working. All right, they're all going. Stephen Miles has gotten out ahead of Schildhaus. I'll probably end up switching this back to the way I was doing it before so we can continue to have 4K on YouTube without any issues. Yeah, I don't like skipping. I don't like any of that. I like being able to be on top of the vehicles and, having the best view in the house. But for the time being, we'll deal with it as we are. So as it would be, there's Troy Height as drivers go to it. We're going to leave it on a little bit wider cam here for everybody. I'm going to take a small hydrate break, quarter way through the race. And, almost a third of the way through the race, and drivers are picking up speed here. Stephen Miles back on the lead lap. Going to do what he can. Schildhaus, Tyler Dalton is making it happen here over the course of the next couple of laps. Be right back.
Gotta get a Julu, that's what I'm gonna do. Wanna get it with you. Gotta get a Julu. So many amazing flavors. Kind of treat that's like no other. Cool place, cool taste, gotta get it. Once you do, your mouth won't forget it. Julu, gotta get a Julu, that's what I'm gonna do. Wanna get it with you. Gotta get a Julu.
Oh, I'm having to make some adjustments here, so I do apologize about that. A couple of drivers talking about coming to pit road as we get through 31 of 80. The Schulthouse, Josh Parker, Kevin Brown, Cody Harris, Joey Bailey, a couple of drivers working. Calatoni on pit road. Roy Hines going to be there as well. So drivers working. Not a bad day. Not a bad way. I definitely want to make sure that I need to do two things here real quick, folks. I do apologize. I want to make sure that we are lined up here when it comes to what I'm doing. Because I need to ensure that I've got a couple of things going. So, let's do it in studio mode. Okay. All right. Be good to go. See how long drivers stay out, and how long they work. But yeah, that was me working on a few things there. So I'm gonna do just that for just a moment. Kind of over 2 or 3 things, and I'll be right back.
shake, and bake.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Dawson, what's going on, brother? How you doing? All right, Shieldhouse out front. He's yet to come to pit road. Cody Harris, Brock Wilson, Ty Bass, David Comstock are trying to get to the halfway mark here. Cody Harris back 2.1. Brock Wilson in third. Ty Bass in fourth. David Comstock is in fifth. Tyler Dalton came out on 27, so drivers try to get to the point of making it to the end. That's kind of where you're at. Josh Parker came out on 33. Settling in. Trying to work his way back forward. Brock Wilson coming to pit road. He heads down. A little bit of smoke. Drivers lock it up. No block back here up 20. 25 for Joe Hudson. He's going to go all the way to that halfway mark. This is what drivers are going to be doing. It's kind of the management opportunity. It's working, Budgie. It's just if I weren't streaming to 3 platforms, it'd be working better. That's what's going on. But I have to be streaming on Facebook. I love my Facebook. That's what's going on. But I've been trying to make sure that we haven't had any issues, and I used to this last time by. All right, I used to make it happen. You know what I mean? Oh no! Oh no! Caution is out. Joe Hudson tried to come to pit road and locked it down. Tyler Dalton working. Kevin Brown is going to be your fastest lap of the race this time by. This is Joe Hudson. Was calling it out. He called it out on the back straightaway.
23 pitting, 23 pitting.
And then here's what happened. He was just trying to get down. And then it locked up on him. And it's where it went wrong for him. Got out the race leader. Tyler Dalton, Josh Parker, Stephen Miles, Wesley Donaldson. Josh Parker to was looking at it here.
Big Tyler. Yeah, baby.
Kevin Brown kept it on 37. He'll save a little bit of fuel. Joey Bailey kept it around. So Brock Wilson, who kept it on 39. Drivers will try to hit their service here. So Brock Wilson will go in. Joey Bailey will be second. All right, we're going to see how this one will work out. Schildhouse. David Schildhouse, Cody Harris looking for free passes. Ty Bass, Comstock. I think Schildhouse should be your lucky dog. Here's what happened. We were talking about when they were exiting pit road, at the time of the caution coming out. So Schildhouse got to pit lane right here on 40, and I want to check on where he is at. Here's what happened here. Schildhouse was, when the caution came out, Schildhouse was on pit road. So Schildhouse chose to pit right here instead when the pace car was out. And so it's scoring him a lap down. Yeah, Kevin Brown. So, a lot of conversation out there. Like, here's what Schildhouse had to say.
There's nothing about this that I understand. It just doesn't seem right to wave all them around and not us. I don't get it.
And it's an iRacing scoring loop situation that we're having here that just didn't seem right. But I see where it can happen. I think the pace car. I think the pace car left and Schildhouse had then gone to pit road and it came back around. So because he pitted with the pace car on the track, that put him behind the pace car instead of driving through and not hitting his pit box. Kevin Brown, Joey Bailey, Brock Wilson, Thomas George. There's a lot of drivers out there that were confused with that as well. So, just keep that in mind. There's a lot of drivers that thought that Schildhouse should have been out front. So Kevin Brown back at it green. First caution of the race. As we're about 35 laps away this next time by. Joey Bailey in second, Brock Wilson in third. There's Thomas George, Jose Gonzalez up 17. No block in the 5. Trying to work. And I tell you what, Kevin Brown Trying to break the draft quickly here. It's a track that can happen. Downforce package on this racetrack. Bailey, big move. There's Doug Roth. Tyler Dalton working. Stephen Miles up 20. Miles to the outside of the 43. Drivers chasing. Tyler Dalton chasing as well. Doug Roth trying to chase down. Right now, Stephen Miles would be cleared down on turn 1. The 81 of Parker got free. Josh Parker broke into the corner. Right side there. Hello, RB. 4/10 of a second is driver's chase. Calamity. 87 into the 84. Going to push the 84 up. 84 is going to be there. 87 has to get out of the gas a touch. 81 on the outside. Ooh, baby. Bobby Wetzel, last driver of the lead lap. Trying to be calm, cool, and collected. Kevin Brown, fastest lap of the race, 51.95. 34 laps to go here at Indy. Premier Series racing as they go. And a lot to be said. Hey, Logan Kogar right here. Let's talk about what was said prior to the restart while they were waiting for a waiver round.
Yeah, but I mean, I was on the lead lap. I don't know what this is problem.
I was talking about why drivers were behind the pace car there. Anthony Calantoni just ahead. Andrew Cootie behind. Kogar there. How about Bentley Glazer there on the inside? Troy Height there as well. 44 on point. Keep your eyes on Schildhouse. He's off 17. He's got a fast car. He's going to try to work his way back forward. He's got plenty of time to do it. 32 laps to go this time by. Kevin Brown out front over Jeremy Bailey. I'm sorry, Joey Bailey. Not Jeremy Bailey. Joey Bailey. They're all working. All the scoring stuff. All right. So far, so good. Thomas George in fourth. Stephen Miles up 24. Noblock's going to be up 20s in sixth. About Jose Gonzalez, the Mets fan, is Tyler Dalton right behind him. Tyler, your pole sitter, trying to work. Schildhouse has gotten to 17th. He is going to drive his way forward and do what he can. Check it on Schildhouse as they go to work. They turn into the corner, turn 2. He is on a mission. Check it with Cody Harris right behind him. Cody Harris in the 28. Looking. Going to peek the nose. Going to find a little bit of draft here. Nothing wrong with having a good racetrack. Sometimes the scoring loop gets all messed up. iRacing does iRacing things. That's what I would say. Kevin Brown out front, 93.01. How about Joey Bailey? Bring the 01 in. Brock Wilson holding on to third. Thomas George up 8. Stephen Miles back into the mix. Thank you again, Mr. Van Ness. Thomas, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Appreciate you all. Hello to you all. Dawson, how are you doing? Thank you to everybody live. Again, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Good to see everybody out there. Much love to you. We hope your night has gone well. Hopefully you've been enjoying the racing here for the SIM500 Cooks Landscape Group Cup Series. We try to do what we can to, well, I call it mash the gas and move it forward. 30 laps to go. Drivers trying to do what they can. 19 looking on the outside here. Getting into the corner. Trying to work. Yeah, I'll be switching it back. I'll be doing a test stream in the morning. We'll be moving it back over to what we had before, so that way we could make sure that we're doing 4K streaming out there for what we saw, because it worked yesterday just fine. So had a couple of little hiccups, but nothing too unoriginal. Definitely want to make sure we're good to go. Caution. Kogar, Cody Harris. Whoa. There. Have a little bit of an issue here. Is Kogar. A little bit free. Oh, man. Oy. All right, encoders. Encoder. Listen here, encoder. Little hop, skips, and jumps. Kevin Brown, Joey Bailey. There's Beasley back here looking for the lucky dog. Nelson Rivera is going to be there as well. E.J. O'Rourke with the meatball flag coming up pit road. He's wrapped up into that. Bobby Wetzel still on the lead lap. Letting drivers come on by. Got to get sorted out. Fieldhouse barely got through it. You almost have to mash it. We'll see what driver's going to do. Kevin Brown's going to stay out. Stephen Miles will stay out. We're going to see a lot of drivers coming to pit road here. There he comes. Stoney Benfield's going to be your lucky dog. Call 811 before you dig, folks. It is the best advice you can get, especially if you are trying to do anything in your yard or around. I mean, if you're going to dig anything, you know, and you don't know where your power lines are, your water lines are, natural gas lines. If you get a propane tank, you don't know where those lines go. I encourage you to call before you dig. You never know when where your septic tank is going to have an issue. You know, always call before you dig. It's the smart thing to do. Please and thank you. This is your public service announcement according to Stoney Benfield. Much love. All right. All right. I love it. Here's what Josh said to Jose. It's kind of funny.
Slap that pit crew around, Jose. Slap them around, brother.
He beat Jose Gonzalez off pit road. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. We appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, being out there. Ryan Wortman talking about what happened with his computer. Here's what happened.
My computer probe died.
Having issues. We don't want to have any issues. All right, let's get ready to do it. Let's see. Kevin Brown out front, Brock Wilson, Thomas George, Stephen Miles, Tyler Dalton, Wesley Donaldson, Anthony Callantoni, Chad Coleman, Bentley Gleaser, David Schildhouse. Schildhouse, an opportunity. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good to see you all. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. A little bit of extra racing. We want to make sure that we give all the love in the world and all the support in the world. So thank you all. Kevin, rolling. Going to have Brock Wilson on the outside. Thomas George, Stephen Miles. Miles fastest in practice. Going to restart on the outside behind the 15. So 93, 15, 6, the 24, the 19, the 91, 38, 84, 36, 20. Let's do the thing. Get back at it, boys and girls. 25 laps to go. Going for green. Kevin's going to fade up. Brock Wilson will be there on the inside. Outside for Stephen Miles. Parker did not have, he was making some funny sounds.
Ty.
He was talking about Ty. 15 in tow. Kevin around out front. Stephen Miles in third. Thomas George trying to work. Here's Chad Coleman up 19. Callantoni up 8. Drivers try to break the draft. Drivers try to work. And how about it? Joey up 7. No block behind him. Troy Height. Bobby Wetzel on the move. Thomas George. Seeing Tyler Dalton on the outside. Dalton trying to pull the draft to get cleared. Wall tap there for Callantoni. They get down to the back straightaway. This is where drivers going to be pushing. The hype is on. Kevin Brown out front. Brock Wilson, Stephen Miles. Miles down to the bottom. Miles head on 42. 3-lap pressure tires. But this is going to be about the pace. The 24 drops on the inside of the 15. Corner exit will clear. They get a little free. 1 second the gap. Stephen Miles trying to tow it in to Kevin Brown. Brock Wilson up 5. Wesley Donaldson up 13. Tyler Dalton off 4. Your pole sitter trying to roll back forward and get the beautiful bean footage on. Thomas George just ahead of Callantoni and Schildhouse. Callantoni on the outside. Callantoni down to clear. Drivers trying to utilize that second lane. And trying to get there. Oh, into the wall. A couple of drivers back here. Joey, one of them. No block there on the inside. We'll see Bobby Wetzel turn the corner. He's going to get clear to the 14. 87 down to block the 3. 3 trying to turn underneath. Andrew Cootie. Now we'll see the 01. 01 of Joey Bailey. We'll have Cootie on the outside. Everybody, I mean, they are flat getting with it. Parker trying to get clear as well. Joey 3 wide. There to Ty Bass. 3's going to be clear. 0-1 on the outside. He's got the 10 on the door, but the 0-1 on the relative. Joey just clear. Trying to roll into the bottom of the race line. 28 trying to get there as well. 14 clear. And they're running. They are pushing as hard as they can back here. Doing what they can. Stephen Miles, fastest lap of the race, 51.98. Closing into the gap to Kevin Brown. Brock Wilson in third. Nelson back here talking, saying, let's go. Stoney getting ready to go. Stoney Benfield giving a big old paying homage, saying thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Nelson.
Nelson Rivera, Stoney Benfield just ahead. Stoney got back on the lead lap, and right now Kevin Brown and Stephen Miles trying to chase each other down here. Brock Wilson, Wesley Donaldson. That'll be your top 4. Thomas George, Anthony Cantoni. Right now the 19 and the 20 side by side. Trying to get there. Wesley Donaldson looking on the inside of the 15. Donaldson trying to pull away. Gets clear. Will take the front straightaway and make it his own as Brock Wilson goes back. Anthony Cantoni, little wall tap. Oh, man. Joey back here having an issue. Good Lord. Comstock on the move. 1 spot gain for Doug Raw. 24 for Cootie. 27 for Stephen Miles. Wesley Donaldson still holding on to third. Thomas George has got ahead. Brock Wilson up 3. Anthony Cantoni up 9. Schildhouse still holding on to 7. Tyler Dalton in tow. Bentley Glazer looking to the outside, trying to get to the 19. They come around turn 3 into turn 4. Smelled my drink there, folks. It's terrible. It's terrible. Stephen Miles chasing down Kevin Brown. Kevin having a great season. Still rolling again. Here's a look at the point standings for everybody out there. If you're looking, Kevin 8th in the point standings, has a win on the season already, 7 top 5s, and is not too shabby. Three-tenths of a second now for Stephen Miles. Wesley Donaldson holding on to third. Drivers are coming up out of the corner. You see them getting closer and closer to that outside wall out of turn 4. You see more of the drivers back here doing a great job of managing. This is just one of those situations where racing is just going to kick your butt. This track is not kind. Donaldson coming around, 2.5 the gap. Thomas George in fourth. How about Kevin? Trying to keep the lead away from Stephen Miles. He turns into the corner a little bit more sharply there, but Stephen Miles on the straightaway. Staying in that mirror sight right now. Schildhouse, Calantoni, Tyler Dalton. Schildhouse behind Brock Wilson. 16 laps to go. Schildhouse turning into the corner, trying to make sure that he's got that little extra, be able to turn underneath. And right now, he's got the 15 there. He's got a focus and determination about himself. They're going to roll into the draft, set up the pass, and do what he got to do. Check in on Cody Harris back at 15th. He started third. Izio, one of Joey Bailey just ahead of him. Ty Bass there as well. Right behind him, Josh Parker. Harris having a great season so far as well. They're all just doing the thing. They're all just doing the thing. Kevin, quarter second. 2/10 of a second now. Getting at a quarter exit. Stephen Miles trying to get there. You see exactly what is kind of been on the point right now. Wesley Donaldson, 52.97 last time by. 52.88 for Thomas George. Schildhouse has gotten around Brock Wilson. Calantoni, Tyler Dalton, all trying to set up the corner. This car feeling like it's almost impossible to play catch-up here. Stephen Miles out of the corner. Chasing Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown doing exactly what you'd expect as a race leader. SIM500 next week is going to be off. NASCAR is off, so the Cup Series is going to be off for the mid-summer break for NASCAR. So, yeah, we're going to see a couple of different races happen over the course of the next couple of weeks. The next race after that, see, Kevin Brown trying to go back-to-back. He did win last week at North Wilkesboro. So he's trying to look for 2 in a row. We'll go to Iowa, Richmond, New Hampshire, and Daytona. It will be at Darlington and Bristol for the final races of the regular season. And then the playoffs begin September 28th at Kansas. Everybody trying to shave a little bit of time and do what they can. Stephen Miles closing into the gap to the 93. Miles looking into the back bumper to the 93. Had the nose poked in there, and right now is all over the back bumper. Whoa. Kevin, Stephen Miles, door to door. He's going to draw everybody close. Kevin Brown turning underneath. Will now try to follow Stephen Miles. Trying to separate. And trying to get there. Quarter second of the gap for Stephen Miles. Trying to escape. Kevin Brown in tow. Wesley Donaldson and company have closed the gap down. Kevin Brown and Stephen Miles touching doors there. That changed quite a bit. Kevin Brown ran him down, ran him tight. It liked the bump into the corner, I think, and then got more of a bump off the corner. So we'll see how this will how it'll wear out. Stephen Miles out front. Wesley Donaldson in third. Thomas George in fourth. David Schildhouse in fifth. Calantoni up 9. Racing still showing up. Bentley Glazer up 20. Stephen Miles still your hard charger. 7/10 of a second. Trying to stretch the legs. Give it around. Give it on 37. 5 lap pressure tires for some of the drivers out there. Shieldhouse gave it on 40. 42 for Anthony Calantoni. 15 down in front of the 19. Tyler Dalton trying to roll back forward. There's no block right behind him. Tyler Dalton trying to be up to side draft, and the 5 to push the 15. 5 trying to look on the inside. The 19 will be down on the bottom. Chad Coleman there as well. He's going to turn underneath. Up and out, corner exit. Tyler Dalton still there on the inside. 19 will clear. Will be there with a 5. And drivers trying to shake and bake here. And they are working. 24, 0.8 of a second. Kevin Brown, Wesley Donaldson, Thomas George, David Shieldhouse still holding on. Calantoni's going to be up 9. Looking at lap times, 53 for the 84, 52.75 for Stephen Miles last time by. This time by, 9 laps to go. Going to run a 52.80. Kevin Brown, 52.94. Wesley Donaldson, a 52.89. Shieldhouse, a 52.78. Thomas George, a 52.90. A top 5 night for all 5 of these drivers. Still working. Calantoni, Brock Wilson, Tyler Dalton. Tyler Dalton trying to get clear. Brock Wilson will have to go back to work at it again as drivers get into the wall back there. That woes them up incredibly. And drivers try to take runs where they can to try to make passes where they can. One of the toughest racetracks to pass on as Tyler Dalton works back to the 15. Shieldhouse clears Thomas George out of the corner, and now an opportunity to try to track down Wesley Donaldson. 2.5 the gap. Everybody holding on. Nobody's saving fuel. Shieldhouse. Thomas George says this.
Yep, just give me the draft so I can save more fuel.
That's what he wants. Shieldhouse replied, "Oh,
Okay.
oh, no. No caution." The 5 and Parker. Right here. 81 out of the corner. 5 into the back into the 81. 81 down. And they took a ride in the grass. No caution. 7 laps to go for Stephen Miles, Kevin Brown, Wesley Donaldson, Josh Parker, Justin O'Block right here. Seem to be fine. Right side damage. They're up and running. Justin still up 2 spots from the start of the race. Stoney Benfield up 2. Andrew Cootie up 23. Trying to get another spot here on Ty Bass. Chad Coleman up 16. 15 to Brock Wilson. Seeing Tyler Dalton right there. Larson's paint scheme is bad luck here. Andy is not his friend. 15 battling with a 19. 15's going to run tight here. 19's going to be a little free on corners. Going to be able to slide up. Here comes the 1. 19 cleared. Joey Bailey behind him. Stephen Miles, Kevin Brown, and Wesley Donaldson. David Shieldhouse is closed down to the top 3. Thomas George trying to save a little more, trying to make sure he's good to go. Anthony Calantoni up 9. Tyler Dalton trying to close in the gap. Stephen Miles hit on 42, 1.7 the gap. 5 to go here at Indianapolis. 10 miles around this racetrack. Sorry, let me take that back. 12.5 miles around this racetrack. Or however many, I can't count. My math hurts today. They are trying to get there. Kevin trying to back up the corner. Donaldson trying to hold on. Brock Wilson giving the way to the 28. Little wiggle, little shimmy, little shake. Got to make the earthquake. Here comes the 01 back in. How about the 14? And then Bobby Wetzel trying to lead the charge here. Everybody fighting for every position they've got. Troy Height back here off 10. Doug Roth up 2. Glazer up 13. 4 laps to go. 2 seconds the gap. Stephen Miles setting sail. Kevin has the 91 in tow. 4 to go. Drivers trying to shorten up the throw. 53.08 the last time by for Stephen Miles. Kevin Brown trying to keep him at bay. Kevin Stone, Rich Beasley being comfortable with each other. There's the 14 back here as well. Has Jose Gonzalez just ahead. Troy Height trying to turn into the corner. Doug Roth working. 3 to go. Stephen Miles as they work. Give it around. Wesley Donaldson there on the inside of the 93. 91 trying to hold on. The 20 trying to make that next pass. 93 holding the bottom side. 91 on the outside. 91 to second. Schildhouse holding on. Kevin Brown back to third. Donaldson will get clear. He'll drop into the corner. Schildhouse, Kevin Brown. Schildhouse will be able to clear. 3 to go. It'll be 2 this time by for Stephen Miles. It was fastest in practice. Right now, try to hold on to it. 2 to go for Stephen Miles. Wesley Donaldson in second. David Schildhouse in third. Kevin Brown, Thomas George. A chance to try to throw it into the corner. Anthony Cantoni, Tyler Dalton, Cody Harris, Joey Bailey. Joey Bailey doing a great job. Mashing the gas, trying to work for it. How about it? Brock Wilson still inside the top 10, trying to keep Ty Bass at bay. And we are 6 turns away. Drivers holding. Kogar back there as well. Stephen Miles finding the battle. We'll see if they can do it. They'll be out of the corner. And we'll do a Cook's Landscape Group Cup Series SIM500 Premier Racing. White flag waves. Final lap. David Schildhouse, Wesley Donaldson. Donaldson trying to shorten it up. Drivers are out of fuel. Kevin Brown out of fuel. Driver's going to have to go around. He is on the inside. Trying to make it all the way. Stephen Miles. The final time back down to the back straightaway. Wesley Donaldson, David Schildhouse. A good battle here. But for the final time out of 3 and 4. On to the front straightaway they go. Stephen Miles. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Miles a win. And the Cook's Landscape Cup Series here at the Brickyard. Schildhouse will go second. Wesley Donaldson third. Thomas George fourth. Cantoni fifth. The drivers are down there trying to make sure they're finishing. Kevin Brown coming around trying to make sure he is good to go. There's Rich Beasley being a great teammate. Beasley trying to help the 93 cross the line. That is what we see. Stephen Miles, winner. Steve Miles did everything right. Did a great job. Man, oh man. Miles will burn it down. And we'll get to celebrate with everybody it shall be. Yeah, Steve will get a chance to burn it down here. Not the music break. We don't want that. You? Thank you. Buttons. All right. Race results. Here it is. Stephen Miles, hard charger. 28th spot. Shieldhouse, most laps led 40 of them. Stephen Miles had the fastest lap of the race. Tyler Dalton, your pole sitter. 2 green flag lead changes, 4 different leaders, 2 cautions for the 6 laps. Stephen Miles, winner. Shieldhouse second. Wesley Donaldson third. Thomas George, Anthony Calantoni, Tyler Dalton, Cody Harris, Joey Bailey, Brock Wilson, Ty Bass, your top 10. Cody Karlavich, Chad Coleman, David Comstock, Bentley Glazer, Doug Roth, Jose Gonzalez, Joey Gattina, Kevin Stone, Troy Heights will be your top 20. Through 21st, Tony Benfield on the lead lap. Bobby Wetzel, Justin Oblak, Kevin Brown out of fuel. Led 27 of those laps as well. Nelson Rivera, Joe Hudson, Logan Kogar, Ron Hollyfield, Rich Beasley, Charlie Woods, and then Josh Parker, Doug Sigmund, E.J. O'Rourke, Brian Wordman, Glenn Campbell, Gerald Livingston, Mike Montezzi. Did not start the race, but Mike was out there. Well, I think, no, he was out there. 20 laps. He was out there. That's what it was. But yeah. How about Stephen Miles getting it done tonight? Yeah. A great day. What a great day. Ain't nothing but a thing. Ain't nothing but it, but we'll talk to the man. Stephen Miles coming up with victory lane. Congratulations. You were the fastest in practice, and through the green flag runs, you were charging to the front. You were working your way there. I think the green flag pit stop was working to your advantage. You were looking at trying to be there. And you got it done today. Congratulations, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? I got you.
My bad. My headset just died.
No, you're good. Mine does that all the time. It'll tell me, and I'll be like, nah, I got a whole race to go, and then I won't be able to hear anything. Have to charge it, turn it back on.
You can continue, my bad. I ain't hear the first part, but
no, you're good. I said through the green flag runs, you had a pretty fast car. I know you were trying to stoke the fire there, get yourself up and running, got yourself around Kevin there. I know that there was a little bit of contact there. I know you had the nose underneath him. It kind of made a little bit of contact there, and then it freed up, and then you were just right there on his back bumper. And it's hard not to make contact whenever both of you are off pace at that particular point. And then man, I mean, just a good race overall. You're fastest in practice. That was awesome. It was awesome to watch.
yeah.
Your headset die again?
It was a hectic day.
Yeah.
I guess the racing guys was in my favor this time. I didn't even put a qualifying lap in. I hit the wall on both laps. Had a start in the very back. I was fast in practice. I felt like I was going to be the fastest driver, fastest car. But I put myself behind the 8-ball early, and I knew I had to drive hard to get through the field. And, I mean, it was hard. The dirty air. Then I was trying to take people 3 wide. They wouldn't let me, and I got in some contact early with a couple of people just trying to, keep my momentum and make it through the field. And I think right there on the exit of 4, EJ hit the wall, and he was going to come back and hit me. So I just dove down pit lane down like at lap 20.
Yeah.
And I made my bed. I slid through my pit box, and I just did something all strategy. I felt like we was going to get a mistimed caution somewhere. I was just hoping it would happen. And it did. And the leaders were caught on pit road and don't know how the lineup switched up like it did and put us in the top 10 new race. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not in dirty air, fresh tires, re-rack them up, let's get it. And I passed a couple cars there. Then I think I restarted 4th. I knew I had to keep it on the outside to keep the momentum down 2. I was able to get 3rd. And I was just so strong in 2, 3, and 4. 1, I get so tight, but 2, 3, 4, I could drive it in harder than anybody I felt like. And that's how I got 2nd. But with Kevin, I knew he had older tires, but with that caution, it kind of evened us out. So the dirty air was going to just, play a big part in it, and I just try to stay close to him, try to make him make some mistakes or whatever was gonna happen to get me there. And once I was there, I put it in there in 4, and he came down. I tapped my brake, then we touched, and then I just remained like feathering the throttle the whole time to not spin him out because I didn't want to win it like that. I didn't want to wreck him, and I was just on his back bumper, hitting him, and I just took it to the inside. He doored me a couple times. Understandable frustration, but yeah, that was a race winning move. I've been close a lot of times, I felt like, and I'm glad it was able to come through tonight at Indy, my favorite track.
It is a great track. It's tough to pass. So those who can should. It's the way I say it. There's a lot to be said on the package that we have here. Because when you guys got strung out, like it was about the driver, and of course the draft a little bit, but more so about being able to hit your entries and exits, and I think that's one of the things that I saw today was that exactly that more patience off throttle to be able to make passes, but 80 laps is not as much as this is a big track and the lap times take a while. You only have 4 passing zones here, and they're short.
Yeah, especially you only got 1 passing lane unless you're on a restart. On a restart is when you could utilize the high lane, but yeah, pretty much you just gotta learn how to drive the car. You have to learn how to drive it in dirty air. You gotta learn how to drive it when it's dirty air. Then all of a sudden you get clean air. Then the car gets loose. Then we're burning the right rears off. Just trying to make a pass. The more you try to push harder, the worse you burn your tires and really just hurt yourself in the process. So it was a thinking game. It was a chess match. Some people, if they realize that, you just had to lift a little bit earlier, get your nose, some type of clean air. I was down the rumble strips on the very bottom just so I could try to loosen the car up in the dirty air, and sometimes it cost me on the exit, and sometimes it helped me depending on how the person in front of me got the exit in front. So it was tough, man. I'm sweating. We was fighting gas mileage, tires, and then I knew Shieldhouse and them guys was probably behind me, but I just never even looked in the review. I was just focused on Kevin Brown and make sure I was just, pushing it and just at least get there to have a shot. I didn't want to lose it, being in dirty air, finishing second again. And I felt like, well, he ran out of gas anyway. So if I would just sit there, I probably would have still got it. But, it was a good race over and all. And, man, just thankful. I'm just very thankful.
It got to be. You're 18th to the points coming into today's race. I'm waiting for the points to update so that way I can show the graphic on iRacing here. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of mindset to racing in here. It's a tough group, and a win here. It's tough. It's tough to get a win here. And this is your first one this season. So like that's momentum now. Now we got Stephen Miles in the right direction.
Well, who knows? I know earlier this year I was going for a win, and I had to go to Connecticut and work on a submarine. Mm-hmm. And now I might be leaving next week to go work for SpaceX. So, I feel like it was my last race probably, so I really wanted to win it. Depending on if I take this job or not, I don't know yet. But, it could be momentum for me going into the playoffs if I do stay. But if not, it'll be a good send-off. And I guess I have to come back and get reacclimated back to my wheel and back to the car. And, like I told you before, when I came back, everybody stepped it up a notch. And the top 15 could win this dang on race if they just get clean air. So it's just about positioning yourself, and you really have to drive this car every lap, like the last lap, to get every inch of this track to win. And I came close a lot of times this season. I'm glad I was able to win it today, but bittersweet. Hopefully I stay. Hopefully I just don't know. At this point, I'm just so happy, and it was a hard-fought race, man. I think I earned that one.
Yeah, I agree. And one of the things that I will say is you got a week to be able to decide, because next week they're not racing. So, because NASCAR is off, so SIM500 gets to be off.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it go. I know if I miss any more races, I'm not making a playoff. So we'll just see how what God has in store for me, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man. Pray on it. That's what it is. Steven, much love, brother. I appreciate you as always. Give yourself all those shout-outs of victory here at Indy.
Man, I want to appreciate you, man. Every time I had an interview, you told me, I was there, I'll be close, and my driving style, long runs, and everything else. And I know you've been through a lot of whatever. Been praying for you too, through all the stuff, up and downs. And you're one of the best broadcasters. I tune in, and my family tune in to all your broadcasts. So appreciate you. Appreciate Joey and the guys throwing on the league. So competitive, and it really trains you to for the Coke series or any other series to be one of the top dogs just by racing every Monday or wherever other days they race. And thank my mom and my dad. I know they watch a bunch of races with me in here and couldn't get a win. And hopefully they was watching this one. I was able to come through for them. And most of all, man, thank Jesus Christ, man, for waking us up every morning so we could race these cars late at night and wreck them or junk them or like tonight, win a race. So I thank him.
Steven, with provisionals, actually you dropped a spot even with the win because of provisionals. But I can't make this up. So I really can't make this up. So don't let that discourage you. Yeah, you're hold on. Let's see if we can refresh this and show. Yeah. Yeah,
it is what it is, man. That's my life. That's just life for me.
Oh, you know what? It happens. Let's see if it'll fix it now. Yeah, you did. You dropped a spot. I'm so sorry. I was like, man, there's
it is what it is. I'd rather take this win, man. I don't care. If I finish second and gain 5 spots, I'd rather take this win and lose 1.
I like it. Steven, hopefully I'll see you. Regardless of what happens, brother, I appreciate you as always. And then good luck in your races. Good luck in the future races.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
You too. Stephen Miles coming home, hopefully not for the last time. We'd love to see him. Let's talk to the man of the hour, 40 laps led. He had one of the strongest cars out there, if not the strongest car out there. Shelby, everybody's waving. So I have this new tool now, okay? So if you want to say something to chat, all you got to do is just queue up an iRacing now, and I can clip it, and it'll play it up, and it'll put what David Schildhouse said.
The unfortunate part is nobody wants to hear what I have to say.
They heard a lot today. They heard a lot today.
I mean, me, Cody, and Wes are sitting here trying to figure out how the timing and scoring worked the way that it did when that caution flew, because it's very, very wrong that I don't want to beat this up here because we'll be here all night. I don't think it worked out the way that it was supposed to. I'm really happy I got back to second. I feel like it's been 37 years since I've talked to you. So I'm really happy to get to talk to you. I'm happy to have 2 top 5s in a row on Monday night, which is really nice. I really feel like this game absolutely shafted me, Cody, and Ty tonight with when the caution flew and all that. And there's probably people way smarter than me that can explain it, but I really don't think that it worked right.
I agree that it didn't work right, but I know why it worked the way it did. Because the pace car had left pit road and you came into your box. And when it did, that scored you behind the pace car. That's the only.
But I was still the leader. Nobody passed me on track for the lead.
I know, but when they caught back up and went around the pace car and came back around, it still scored you as a pass through car instead of, which is incorrect. I agree, it's incorrect, but that's the iRacing timing and scoring having a mess up there. And it was one of the things that I hit on the broadcast, and I was like, yeah, it's not right. it's not right at all. But hey, you know what? A hell of a battle though. Getting yourself up there, having to go through the mix, having to go through the ringer, like, you know, it's quintessential. You were so stoic when you were racing, and I'm probably sure your chat's probably saying the same thing. You had that, like, I'm going to say it. I'm going to cuss. I'm sorry. You had the pissed off teenager look in there, you know, and like, I'm going to drive through this field if I have to get there myself. And Man, it was determination and grit that got you there.
Yeah, listen, man. I appreciate you saying that, and I really do try to control how much I let my frustration play into my driving, especially to track like this with the aero situation that we have and how challenging it is. You really have to put that to the side because it is a absolute dogfight back there. It's terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And I'm just again, I'm really glad that I was able to drive back up to a second place finish. I don't think anybody had anything for me tonight, if I'm just being a little bit unhumble. We got to halfway on fuel. Everything was going the way that we needed it to. We took the lead and was just really pleased with the performance overall, but had a great battle there in those closing laps to get by those guys. It was a lot of fun. It's nice when you can have really good battles with people. Some people you just can't. You see the way that they drive it. It's terrifying, man. But overall, for what we had to deal with tonight, and I think everybody knew what to expect coming in. To have this go the way that it did, it feels like a thumbs up, I think, for most people.
Yeah, and one of the things that I will say is that I don't agree with Denny Hamlin on much, but I watched part of the podcast today when they were talking about this arrow. You got to get the rear up and get the nose down. And to watch you guys be able to try to make passes, and I don't agree with Denny Hamlin on much, but he said that, and I was like, it makes complete sense. And if they could do it in NASCAR, they could make that transition over to here. This is exactly where you guys get to get out there and emulate what you guys see on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that's it needs more. It needs more. Be able to turn underneath.
Yeah, it's tough. And listen, you go to your favorite social media platform this week. You've seen plenty of people's thoughts, and that's not always a good thing. I think we've seen more than enough of people's opinions about this stuff. But Indy's always been tough. I don't care what kind of race car you throw around here. It's a flat, one groove racetrack. And, you really just have to count on it. For us as amateurs and sim racers, you just have to count on other people overdriving the corner and leaving the bottom, which was how I made a lot of my passes happen, was just waiting for people to overdrive and not take care of the right rear tire, which would compromise their exits. And you just have to always work to keep that left headlight poked out as best you can to try and get a straight exit and keep some clean air there. And that's really the game within the game. I'm encouraged I was able to pass people. I didn't think it was going to be possible at all, but we knew all this coming in. We knew how it was going to be. I went back and watched film from last year's race just to sort of refresh myself on what really worked and was successful here. So again, to walk away with a P2 after a fifth last week at Wilkesboro, I feel like we're starting to get our groove back a little bit after sort of a rough month going back to Michigan, or 6 weeks, however long it's been. So it feels good to get some good points on a day like this.
Well, you're third in the point standings. 3 wins on the series, 95 points off of first place with provisionals and everything, kind of working into that direction. So, but we're 6 races away from the playoffs. Like there's a lot of time to be able to catch up those points. I know Dylan just has a string of top 5s that are it's absolutely insane. So and that's where his consistency works. But I mean, if Schildhouse can get more wins, Schildhouse is going to get more wins. That's the way. I think that's the way the cookie crumbles in that regard.
Well, there's never enough wins as far as I'm concerned. That's what I show up for. And I think tonight was a great opportunity to get one of those wins. I actually qualified worth a damn, which is a rarity in itself. But I knew that it was going to be so important to qualify well. And again, going back to last year, reminded me that Cody Harris won the pole for this race last year, and I started third behind him. Before we even got to the back straightaway, second, Josh Parker, and fourth, Justin Fuller, had us both passed because the outside lane rolls so good on the start. So I knew that I could take advantage of that with Tyler starting on the inside. And from there, we had everything that we needed. I could just focus on saving enough fuel to try and make it to halfway. I really would have loved to see how everything played out, all the different strategies. Unfortunate to see a really avoidable caution fly at just the worst possible time. But that's what you got to deal with, and it's set up an exciting second half of the race. Overall, pretty clean, and looking forward to wherever we go next. I don't even know.
We're a couple of weeks away from that, so you guys are gonna get the midsummer break coming up, and it's gonna be good. Yeah, I wanted to go back and play Joe Hudson's message here because he said it at the end of the race, so that way chat can hear it. Here's what he said.
Sorry, guys. I brought that caution out when I wrecked trying to get on pit road. Sorry about that.
Yeah, he apologized about bringing the caution out when he was trying to come to pit road. It was just it just locked up on him, and he was apologizing. He was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to."
That'll happen, Jason, when you put it in first gear.
Yeah,
that'll happen when you put it in first gear on old tires.
Yeah. It's, poor Joe. Poor David. Poor Joe. Oh, wow.
Poor everybody, man. Poor everybody. That's why we get a summer break, because it's probably going to take everyone a couple weeks to recover from the mental trauma that this racetrack has put everybody through, both in the real world and virtually.
Yeah. But how about that O'Reilly race there, sir? Talk about
it was a more entertaining watch when the Cup guys get out and are asked what could make the Cup cars go better around here, and they say the O'Reilly car. That tells you everything you need to know.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, it's we want to talk about Iowa, Richmond, New Hampshire, Daytona, and then I believe Darlington and Bristol. That is the next tracks you have to look forward to. Man, but you get a break. You get a week off, chill, relax, go hang out with the fam, and stay away from the simulator. Man, don't stay away too long because the children are gonna want you to be back there, man. Give you shout outs, brother. P2 tonight, not a bad night, and big rebound for you.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. As always, big thanks to Splash Go Graphics for this beautiful paint scheme, man. I never get sick of looking at it, no matter where it's running on the racetrack, but we do like it out front. It looks really good leading these races. Big thanks to everybody, all the children out there, no matter what platform they're tuning in on. We appreciate each and every single one of them for showing up, continue to support us. Everybody at Cook's Landscape Group for supporting this Cup Series here at SIM500. And Jason, to you, Signature Esports Network, for all your great coverage. Looking forward to going back and watching this one tomorrow, man. I was thinking of you at times, and the children were thinking of you at times with what could he possibly be showing or talking about at this point. But you always find a way, and we appreciate that so much about you. And we'll look forward to being off on next Monday, but refocus and get ready to go back after it Wednesday night in the Truck Series, because your boy needs some good finishes there.
Yeah, dang old trucks. We won't talk about the trucks till Wednesday. All right, David. I love you. I appreciate you. Love the fam. Be good, all right?
Appreciate you. Thank you all very much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you.
That's David Schildhouse getting a shout out already. Look at that bunch. You're already doing the thing. That's it. She's amazing. That's who she is. Thank you. Make sure you give Schildhouse some files. Last but not least, I get to talk to this guy once again, Mr. Wesley Donaldson, coming home P3. I tell you what, I keep saying every time I talk to you that you've got momentum, and I'm talking to you more and more often here, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it keeps going like this, because I had a stretch there, at least in this series, that was pretty rough, but feels like things are starting to at least roll in the right direction.
Shake and bake. Feeling more confident in car. What's going on with it? Because I think that's the, there's always that quintessential, when you get in the car and you start figuring it out, or you start figuring yourself out, or things just start to click. And I think that's what's going on. It's seeing you click. You're clicking with the tracks, you're clicking with the vehicles. Like, everything's just working.
Yeah, I think it helps that we've been running the boosted horsepower, so some of the stuff has been a little bit looser, which I just tend to do a little bit better when the car handles looser, but I just don't. There was a point in time where I would spend like the whole hour practicing, and would be running like when we'd have practice races and stuff ahead of time. I just don't do that much anymore, so I end up like on the back foot a little bit, usually qualifying in the back more often than not. So I feel like usually by halfway through the race, I kind of have it figured out. It's just a matter of track position is so important anymore that if you don't somehow end up with track position, then it's going to be hard to really do anything. But seems like things have at least started to kind of fall in the right direction, like they were at least earlier in the season. But I like Indy a lot, so I knew I was going to be quick if I could at least get up front, and I do think it would have been interesting had not lost a bit of a draft from Miles and Kevin there once they got a little bit out, because I think I would have been able to at least hang with Miles. But once you get that gap, it's hard to make that back up.
Yeah, and you know, I always describe what it's like to break the draft here, right? You're just trying to not scrub off too much speed, but also at the same time, not make any big moves and try to keep yourself for the draft. Um, quarter entry is important, quarter exit's important. Some people just seem like they just, I don't know, it's just fast, and everybody's driving the same thing. It's just fast.
Yeah, and it's so weird because it's so hard to get a run on somebody, especially once you get in really close. And I know, like, a lot of guys were shifting. I wasn't shifting. Well, I was earlier on, and then I was late in the race, but for the most part, I wasn't shifting because I felt more stable, and I felt like tires wore a little bit better as I kept it in fifth. But I would lose a little bit of drive off, so it was making it a little bit harder to pass. But it's definitely it's just a challenge. You got to take advantage of every little opportunity that you can. Second you get side by side with somebody, you really just got to go for it and try to send it in there. But I was figuring out that I was entering a lot more shallow than I think most guys were.
Mm-hmm.
Just using that little strip kind of below that bottom seam, kind of where the white line is, and it seemed to help it turn a lot. And I don't know, it just seemed to work.
And so that's how I drive everything around this track, right? The trucks, the O'Reilly car, the Cup car. It seems like you have to assist yourself on the bottom of the racetrack, and when you hit it right, it like feels good too. And then all right, that's going to point me off of the direction of the corner exit. You get out of turn one and off of turn three, it's gonna slide you where you need to be off the wall. But when you get onto the big straightaways out of turn two and turn four, it puts you dead on a straight drive.
Yeah, it was felt better with it coming off of two. I could get a really good run off of two. I just couldn't quite master it quite as well off of four. So that was where I was struggling a little bit. Just whatever time I'd gain off of two, I was losing off of four. But yeah, I mean it's definitely you look at a track like this and you don't think that there's many different ways that you can attack the corner, but I know there's guys entering kind of wide arc and shallow arc and everything, and I think I figured out what works well for me here, and it usually translates well to just about anything we're running.
That's well, that's the point. I mean, you figure it out for yourself and you do it. 14 spots gained today too. That's a big deal, right? That's the big deal.
Yeah, I had to do most of that just using a little bit of strategy there. I know we got aided by whatever happened with the pace car. I don't think it picked up the leader quite right on that.
It didn't.
Caution on lap 40. I know David and Cody were down there looking at it and can't quite figure out why it did what it did, but the unfortunate part about not having a sitting admin is you kind of just have to roll with whatever happens, and sometimes you're on the side that benefits from that and sometimes you're not. So
yeah,
I gained some spots there, and then making the call at that last caution to not pit just because I didn't think tires were going to matter enough that you were going to be able to make your way through. And I think it showed when David struggled and made it all the way up to just second, but I don't think he really ever had a shot of making it all the way up to the lead unless things played out like nearly perfect.
Yeah, I think if Steven and David had gotten, or Kevin had gotten into more of a tussle, there it'd have been different. So
yeah,
but it didn't happen. And it came down to it. Yeah, so the pace car. So David's coming to pit road. He is on pit road. And the pace car, he hadn't hit his pit box yet, and the pace car was leaving pit road, and drivers had cycled around, sent around the pace car because David was the leader, but it scored him like he was an EOL. Which is wrong, and put him what would have seemed to be a lap down, but it wasn't that at all. So there were some bad things happening there, but things happen.
Yeah. I know we were looking at it, and it's like I think from what I could gather, is it was trying to pick up David.
Yeah.
But it was confused by the fact that David wasn't there, so it was just waving everyone around.
Yep.
But yeah, it'll be something we got to send off to iRacing and see if they could take a look at it. But hey, it played in my favor. I can't complain too much.
You know what? You got to race with what's dealt with you, and he was able to do some great things. 2 cautions over the race, and so he was able to just kind of restack some things and make it happen. I think that's one of the quintessential things here is the never give up mentality, and as because if he was the race leader, he could have been raced differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that would have changed pretty much the whole complexion of the race, I think, at that point, for at least a lot of those guys up there, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It would have done it. Wes, you did a great job. WBD Diecast Truck Series coming up here on Wednesday, which is you, but P3 tonight. And pretty phenomenal race. Give your shout-outs, man. Do your thanks. It was a great race.
Yeah, just shout out to everybody at SIM500, admins, everybody who helps put this stuff on, all the league sponsors. First of all, Cook's Landscaping Group, Trans Service Logistics, NC811.org, Jalou Italian Ice. Did I say that right? I think I said that right.
Got a Jalou.
Yeah. And then, like I said, all the admins, Joey, everybody that does stuff behind the scenes. Shout out to myself, WBD Diecast. Haven't been taking as many requests lately for custom diecast, but I've been putting a lot of 164s up on eBay. So if you're looking for anything newer when it comes to mainly Cup and Xfinity, I've got a lot of, or O'Reilly, I've got a lot of stuff that's been up on eBay lately. So take a look at that if you're interested in 164 custom diecast. But yeah, look forward to next week and or 2 weeks from now, I should say. We got an off week next week, and hopefully keep it rolling at Iowa.
It'll be fun. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's good. Wes, we appreciate you got the ball rolling. I like seeing the ball roll because next thing you know, you're going to be you'll be picking off another spot. Then another spot. I'll be talking to you first.
Yeah, I need to figure something out here because I don't know. I had a good finish and I somehow lost points to the cut. So
yeah, well,
I guess I just got to keep finishing well.
Provisionals. It did the same thing to Steven. Steven won and lost a spot.
Yeah.
So provisionals. Those there's a folks. If you don't know what that means, it means they take the average of your best finishes and they drop two of the races that were your worst finish. So if you've raced every race, your so far through 22 races, 20 of them count, and your best finishes it'll drop your worst finish, which could be a DNF or something like that from like 29th, and it can still cause you to lose points. So it's a unique point system. So,
yeah,
but it happens.
Just means just got to keep finishing well, and hopefully that number will grow and not go down.
Need that W's. The W's. Get 6 races to do it too before the playoffs, and that'll be massive.
Yep.
All right, Wes. I will see you Wednesday. Good luck to you, sir, and go set some more of those diecast.
Sounds good. See you then.
That's the 91 coming on P3 tonight, and Wesley is dang on good human being. I've got some. Apparently, the heat wave is causing internet issues out there too. So. But yeah, this was a good race. This was a good time. And we appreciate everybody. So thank you all for being out there as always. Thank you to SIM500. Thank you to WBD Diecast. Thank you, of course, to everybody out there, from the children to all of you. We can't thank you enough. To Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, whichever platform. We're gonna get this stuff right. We're gonna continue to address and oppress and continue to move forward. As always, folks, be good, be safe, be kind. It would normally rage you out, but I don't know how it's going to affect when it comes to what I'm doing. So make sure you guys take care of one another, okay? As always, congratulations to the race winner, Stephen Miles, doing what he needed to do to get it done. And, of course, and always seeing all of you go to work almost back-to-back for Kevin Brown. He was running out of fuel there on the last lap. Good teamwork to be able to be pushed back around and finish the race. So congratulations, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.